Nope, there they are. Alright. Yeah, in the dark, I'm definitely going to keep this. It's a little sketchy. I actually can't play Teferi or this Growth Spiral, but we're real close on both, so... Uh-oh. Well, glad I kept the double Lightning Bolt.
When I say hello, Mr. Thompson, you'll say hi.
That's a terrific draw. Oh, they didn't have it. They didn't have a turn 2 play? I'm confused and aroused.
Remember now, your name is
Homer Thompson.
Oh, now when I say hello, Mr. Thompson, and press down on your foot,
You smile and nod. Check.
you smile and nod. Hello, Mr. Thompson.
I think he's talking to you.
Hello, Mr. Thompson. Hello, Mr. Thompson. Remember now, your name.
Wow, what a hand!
Mr. Thompson.
My opponent is playing with a foot.
Hello, Mr. Thompson. I think he's talking to you. Hello, Mr. Thompson. Hello, Mr. Thompson. Remember now, your name is Homer Thompson.
I got you.
Hello, Mr. Thompson. Hello, Mr. Thompson. I think he's talking to
So here I'm going to get my island to take a little bit of less damage. And then I'm likely to play Growth Spiral plus Lightning Bolt. Although we could also just play Prismari Command here. I think Spellslayer is underplayed in Modern. That's a very good question. I think you would have to do some work looking at the best decks and what the hits are in those decks for Spell Snare. Case in point, while it is very effective to hit a Sprite Dragon or yeah, Counterspell is going to be a big change for the amount of Spell Snare that people are playing. So yeah, this is something I expected to see. That's fine. Before the counter goes on, let's Bolt. No. Because of the chance to just combo my opponent out, I'm just going to take whatever they have to give me here, damage-wise, and then we'll probably just go to our turn and try to... Well, we'll see. We'll see how they respond to this. A single burn spell doesn't do it. They need to play the Mutagenic Growth if they have one. There it is. Okay. Which means I could Teferi this quite easily. Haba haba. So, yeah, Spell Snare might be a little underplayed right now. I'm not 100% sure, but it certainly will pick up more with Counterspell around. And then on top of that, yeah, I mean, I started touching on it, and then I got distracted by the match that I'm trying to play. But even in the best decks, like the sort of maximum upside of Spell Snare, like in many cases is not so good. So I think that's probably why it hasn't been played as much. I don't know if that means it's underplayed. As the most copies I've ever seen in like a competitive deck that was doing particularly well was like 2. So I don't know if that means like, because personally my feeling is I like to play exactly 1 when I like to play it. When I want to play Spell Snare, I will play 1 Spell Snare. Triple Lightning Bolt draw was really hot here, so maybe we actually get a Game 1 win against Blue-Red Prowess. It certainly seems like it from the hand that they kept this second Lava Dart. Okay. Grace me up, one. Grace me up. Grease me up, woman! Grease me up! So next turn we're gonna go Indomitable off of 3 dwarves, most likely. I can savor the moment to... Yeah, we can savor here. If I savor, then I have to shock for the remand. I don't like that. Thanks, a Lopcast. I kind of want to say that like it's like Apocalypse, which is clearly not. A black a clap a lack clap the clap plox a clop plax plax paclops, but it's just Alopcast. Which backwards is Sac-Pola. Fun fact. I don't think that means anything, but it is. So you know. Yeah. Put that in the old brain box. Very useful piece of information that I think you should have. They could just play the Stormwing Entity in their hand if they have it, or they could just play the Metamorphose into the Stormwing Entity again. What's wrong with me? I think you're crazy. You're so religious. Oh, opponent. That's not how you're gonna win this game. Yeah, our opponent's definitely been put into a bit of a space. I can actually just go creativity plus savor. So this should be a nice clean win here. The only possible out I think they could have is like Bolt, Lavadart. You don't think they know what's coming? I wonder how often people see the dragon come out and they're like, oh, thank God it's not Emrakul. It's got to be a non-zero amount of time. Yeah, they conceded. Hey, Hans. Alright, we got one against Blue Red Prowess. They had an abysmal hand after the Swiftspear, so... I don't foresee us being able to repeat that, but perhaps. No, we're just listening to Dank Muse for the moment, Hans. Just because I know I can put this on a YouTube. Shonglish. Romero del Aralpas. He's Egyptian. He's a Spaniard, but originally from Egypt. I'm not sure if I want these mystical disputes. Pretty sure I do, but you could just trade them for anything. It doesn't make that much sense. Definitely don't want as many Wrenn and Sixes on the draw. Alright, we're gonna try it like this. The problem with Mystical Dispute in the matchup is while it's really good if you can Mystical Dispute a Stormwing Entity, it just almost never actually works out exactly that way. I guess on the flip side, my usual argument with these kind of matchups is like you have to take those like really high those like high percentage chance things. What was the sim game I had running? That was a Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I'll put it back up, don't worry. Yeah, kind of. I think Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is from like 1999, 2000, 2001. But there's a open source mod called Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Open, funnily enough. And it gives you a bunch of quality of life upgrades. Yeah, 2002. Huh. Yeah, alright. Like, this hand has a plan. Survive till turn 3, then survive till turn 4. Now we can just die on turn 3, but, you know, that's always the case. Yikes. Oh, thanks, Ryan. We won game 1 against Blue-Red Prowess, so that was some kind of miracle. I believe in miracles. I said, where ain't wrong? You sexy thing, you. No, we're the one playing miracles if we ever think we could win games with this deck, Larynx. And on the 4th day, did Velomachus spring a time warp, and it was good.
Content creator. Everything stinks.
Why did we do fetch over tap shock? Because this way I can fetch out my my Raugrin Triome so that I don't have to draw it later. Man, I wish I had Growth Spiral here. That would be the nuts. I guess if I had done it your way, what I should have done is led on one of... I should have gotten this out earlier, probably. So we go to 9, then we go to 15. Get him, boys! This is really up to my opponent's hand. We have very little input on the rest of this game. Yeah, sure. Did they just put a Stevens to play tapped? What is wrong with you? Do you even know what deck you're playing? Dude, just shock. I mean, I guess in theory they shouldn't, because, you know, Dragon will kill them, but, like, holy crap, dude. Tells us they have no play? I don't think that's necessarily true. I think it tells me that they're nervous. I think my plan here is to block one creature, Gust the Sprite Dragon, and try to get Indomitable for X2 next turn. I'm very unlikely to survive to do that. So, with 2 1-power Prowess creatures hitting me, Lava Dart would do or cause a total of 8 damage. And then Bolt would be 11. So we'll see. Okay, so maybe not even allowed to block one creature. I am not going to be allowed to block any creatures. Okay. This is, for lack of better term, okay. Since we're going to Gust Sprite Dragon anyway. The bigger problem is now that I don't have 2 targets for my Indomitable Creativity, and I can't. If they have Spell Pierce here, they can't beat this, except they can because they just play it and kill me. So even though I can pay for the Spell Pierce, the damage just kills me. Yeah, they had everything. No problem. So we died on the draw. No problem. Yeah, Lavadart's a very messed up Magic card. I mean, like, we're trying to polymorph little dwarf tokens into a giant-ass dragon that kills my opponent, so I'm not going to say that what we're doing is not in its own way messed up. It most certainly is, right? Like, why do I need 2 targets? To try to play around a single piece of removal muffins on a hill. Now, if they had Lavadart, as they did, then we were screwed anyway. But if you have 2 targets with Indomitable Creativity, then a single point removal spell will not ruin your day. If you want the straight dope on this deck, I wrote a pretty exhaustive article on faithlessbrewing.com, which I'm going to go get you the link for. It's not my newest article, but it's new adjacent.
No, we're looking for this man.
Pete, you got some customers.
This is my latest article, but here's the Velomachus article underneath. The one that I just linked is the article about this deck. Not a quarter. He dances. Well, that's actually he'll be dancing for hours. I like to play first. Yes, please. Well, I can't play with that hand. Well, technically I can play with this hand. Yeah, alright, let's hope this is good enough somehow.
Not a quarter.
Man, what a tilt. Yeah, Footfall Crater? Yeah. What creature do you want to give haste? Emrakul?
Take her for a test ride. And you'll agree.
Lord of the Colander?
Test ride. And you'll agree.
Oh. Sure. Yeah, I mean, usually when you're putting Emrakul into play, it's not about haste. It's about dodging your opponent's path to exiles. Yeah, Colander is, yeah.
Single tank of kerosene. Single tank of kerosene. Single tank of kerosene. Single tank of kerosene. Single tank of kerosene.
Alright, I kind of like getting a tap land here.
What country is this card from?
It no longer exists, but take her for a test ride, and you'll agree.
And then setting up for Aether Gust this turn. That's a great draw. That's right.
Take her for a test ride, and you'll agree.
Well, it's a very good scene from The Simpsons. You'll agree. Zagreb and Zlotokniev. Since I have Aether Gust, let's get rid of this Swifty. Nice. That is really good for me. Mr. Black. Mr. Black. Nope. Mr. Black. Mr. Black. So if they fetch, we just go bang gust that. They did not. What are you up to? What are you doing, Mr. Opponent? This is very strange behavior for the Prowess deck. Usually so aggressive, now being quite conservative. Hit for 1, huh? Alright, I'll take it. Somehow, I feel like I can beat a hit for... Are you serious? What is happening over there? I mean, I'll take it. I'm not mad. Just disappointed. Nope. Mr. Black. Mid full of counter magic? Maybe. See ya. Yeah, right? Hey man, what about the 1 mana 1/2 that doesn't have haste? Like... It's also crazy. Lightning Chicken. Oh look, they have another one. Alright. Yeah, alright. 3/3 for 5, exactly. You know what they say, everyone's a 1/2 in the dark. Am I assuming that they don't have counter magic here? Or... They probably do, right? Yeah, I'm not... I just feel like I don't need to do anything right now.
Okay, open your eyes. Hey, it's a handgun. It's a handgun! Isn't it great? Isn't it great? Isn't it great? It's a
Alright.
handgun! Isn't it great? Point it whenever you want to die. Isn't it great? You don't have to be careful, I got a gun.
Get out of here. Gonna do Spell Pierce me? I wonder if they can go for lethal here. Nope. Oh, they just didn't want it shuffled away. They put it on top? They put their non-haste creature on top of their deck there. Interesting choice. Wait, but they... Puts one on the bottom, one on the top. Did they keep the Soulscar Mage? Oh, I guess they did, but... Oh, okay. That's a great pickup, because that means this will resolve. Which means I feel fairly comfortable in my chances to survive the next turn. Again, it's Prowess, so there's a good chance we'll just die, but... There he is. Soulscar Mage. Sure. Yeah, that's a card I could draw. Yeah. I haven't played a land yet this turn. So, we're there. Okay, we should be okay here. The fact that I have to take another 2 damage is not my favorite. And it's possible they're playing something like Mystical Dispute or some such, which means they could just play full retail to counter my dragon. So, but realistically, I don't think there's a better... I did do the fail rate of the dragon. I did. I absolutely did. More accurately, I did the success rate on taking turns, but then I also described in fairly good detail the fact that you don't actually have to hit... Well, that's a draw. That's a draw. Okay, now we don't have to do anything silly. Unless they have a hard counter. But yeah, there's the fact of the matter is that even if you fail to take an extra turn, there are a bunch of like adjacent scenarios that are basically still, for lack of a better term, game wins. Actually, let's just kill their dude here. I could have killed their dude and attacked for 4. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, getting distracted with chat. Target player creates a treasure token. There's nothing else I want to do with this, right? Correct. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like the ability to hit bolt to make it an 8-point swing, or a removal spell, quite frankly, is a non-zero situation. Also, you can hit Growth Spiral or Prismari Command, which could theoretically give you mana, and the mana that it gives you could cast a Savor the Moment from your hand. That's a specific scenario that I listed in the article, but has happened to me, like not even close. Like I don't need to say a non-zero number of times. Like multiple times per league, you'll have a dragon swing that is not, you know, that doesn't just chain extra turn spells. But okay, so now we're good because for 1 mana, they can't possibly kill the dragon. Now, they could have a block with the Stormwind here. So I should have hit them for 3 or 4 last turn. I didn't. That could end up being a problem. We'll see. But this is it. It's go time. So they can't Mystical Dispute this. They can't Aether Gust it. So we do need to worry about some kind of burn spell, but not until I'm swinging. Yeah, actually. Thanks, Muffins on a Hill. There's nothing I can do about that. You're 100% correct, though. Some versions of that deck do run Vapor Snag. They were main deck for a while. I don't know if they are anymore. They're probably just dead here. No, it's not your fault. Like, there was no... It would have happened before if it didn't happen there. I wasn't thinking about it, but just because I'm not thinking about it doesn't wish it out of existence. I missed a bunch of points of damage that I could have been chipping in for here because I was worried about different haste creatures and such. Yeah. I agree, Hans. I was just hoping that it was interaction that wasn't going to work in the specific situation where I put them in because it was very unlikely. Yeah, this is the challenge that already started. All right, well, if they have another one, they'll get it, and if they don't, maybe I do. Let's see what they got. They could have Mystical Dispute for my Time Walk. But, I mean... Huh. That's interesting. Do I play Timely to gain 6 life? I don't think that I should, but it's an interesting question. Because the last card in their hand could definitely be Dispute. Don't be greedy? Yeah, but the question is, which way is not being greedy? What if they remove Dragon? Well, yeah, I know. I'm just... Alright, we're gonna go for it. I'm assuming their plan was sit there and pray that I miss. That the card in their hand is not relevant. Looks like I was correct. I don't know which direction of that, by the way, was supposed to be the greedy one. Like, obviously I want to go for the win. But you feel like it's a Spell Pierce? That would make a lot of sense. All right, we're deterministic now. It doesn't matter what they have anymore. We got this.
Hello, my name is Mr. Snow, and I come from someplace far away.
Yeah, we did have that covered, but it still was just one of those things where I was willing to entertain the opportunity. Like, playing the Timely there may have been... Yeah, it was definitely a mistake to do it, but I don't think it was a mistake to consider it. That's awesome, Phoenix. That's awesome. Greedy to you would have been prolonging the game. That's fair. That's fair. Sometimes